All right. Good morning, everyone. How we doing? It is Tuesday, June 3rd. We're taking a look at NQ. We did have a pretty nice rally yesterday with the close up near 560, 560. So the focus for this morning is pretty simple. Can buyers continue that directional move up above 500 and up and through the prior day's high to start to get into 21,700 and then potentially up into 21,850 as well? Should be pretty straightforward. Overnight high right here at 558. Got the open coming up in a few seconds. See what we're working with this morning. NQ right into the prior day high right there. Nice push right off the open yet again. Coming into 21,600. Good volume off the open. Got ES up into 5950 level of interest. And NQ pulling back here, getting back in a prior day high. Round trip yet again. Yet again with the round trip. Remember that yesterday? New low of day right there. Yep. New low of day. Let's see. Where's our volume point of control? It's way down there at 461. So our downside level here is 21,500 level of interest. Prior day volume point of control right there, 516. Staying patient here. Like to see reactions near 21,500 or the prior day high. Till then, nothing to do for me anyway. Nothing to do. Getting back in a prior day high right now. The underside of prior day high. I much prefer the movement off the open rather than that choppiness that we've been seeing recently. YM into prior day high on its own with some strength there. NASDAQ just making session lows. VWAP right down there near 21,500. And your session volume point of control 460. Now, if 500 fails, I'll be hands off until 400 and that overnight low get tested. That was the game plan for this morning. You got Russell RTY sitting on VWAP, the prior day high right through there as well. YM up through prior day high now. So a little divergence from NASDAQ. Overnight low to high of day, 50% fib is at 500. All right. Noted. Noted. Let's take a look at our 5-minute RTH. No real gap this morning. NQ just sitting right here on prior day volume point of control. You can see yesterday's trend move. Staying patient here. Still cash. Wow, volume fell off super hard. Look at that. We do have jolts at 10 a.m. So FYI. Maybe a wait till 10 sort of morning. If you're into that sort of thing. NQ new low of day. Note the session volume point of control shifted there, 521 for the current sesh. I like to use that as a reference point personally. Yeah, no volume at all, dumb. Well below average here. Not really what you want to see right off the open. So we're 10 minutes in. I have no problem waiting until post 10 a.m. personally. No problem at all. There we go. Let's see how the prior day high is going to be treated. Prior day high is 559. There it is, testing. YM right back up into 59.50. RTY, nice bounce versus VWAP. Mentioned that one a few minutes ago. So far, no entry. Yeah, the little long there versus session volume point of control and prior day volume point of control. Personally, not an area I want to set risk against this early in the day. Maybe for like a late morning entry. Down prior day high at 554. I use the RTH chart. 5 minute is showing 559. Trading view RTH. It's the 4:15 p.m. close. Maybe a little lower if you go with the 4 p.m. In this case, it's only like 4 points, so it's not really gonna matter. Not gonna make that much of a difference. ES made a new high of day. And a little bit of a pullback there. YM just consolidating near the prior day high. Russell, solid bounce versus VWAP. NQ, we're looking at the prior day high here. And jolts in about 15 minutes. Oh, we saw a little uptick in volume on the bounce, and then it's just right back into below average. Yeah, pretty slow action here. Pretty slow. I suspect we need that 10 a.m. data print behind us before we get any real movement. Buyers are looking for a break of this 580. You may see the session high. There we go. That's better. That's a little better. New high of day. We take it. Yeah, it was a little slow down. I don't blame you. Didn't love that action there off the entry. Didn't love it, but had the good technical setup, so can't really expect a momentum move without the volume there. Just gotta let it work. Got the trail down near the entry. But you guys had the right idea. Higher low at the prior day high, like we discussed. Want to see some action either versus 21,500 or the prior day high. You have the break of the prior day high and then the retest with the overnight high right through there as well. So the confluence of a couple of reference points. No follow through on the new high of day. Actually bumping right into 21,600. No level of interest there, but psychological level nonetheless. So we may see the trail get taken on the runners here. Got them right down near the entry. If we get a higher low right here, this would be a good spot to lift the trail a little bit. Nope. Oh, look at that slippage. My God. Jesus. Look at the slippage, man. Look at that. My God. Rough. Rough. That is how it goes sometimes. That's why you wanna cut some. That is why you wanna cut some. It's all right. Runners. Let's see. Yeah, still nicely green, so we'll take it. So we got data in 10 minutes. Probably gonna be cash till then. 1 for 1. Prior day high stays on watch. ES, no sustained action above that 59.50. Not even up through the prior day high yet. YM, that consolidation resolving lower. Yeah, slippage is part of the game. That's why even with the it was a few months ago now, but actually probably like 6 or 8 months ago. It was a while ago. We had that setup that I was holding through a 10 a.m. print. Slippage got me there as well on the runners. That is part of the risk involved. Nice hold there. Prior day high. Coming back into the highs. No re-entry for me. And jolts in 6 minutes. The other indices are rolling over quite a bit more here compared to NQ anyway. NQ is holding up decently. ES still with the rejection there, 59.50. Prior day high, overnight high. So for ES, I would want to see this entire zone clear. Something like that, give you the retest into that area. NQ, not bad. Not bad for NASDAQ. So ultimately, if prior day high can hold, we're looking for 700. I see a new high of day here ahead of Jolts. Got the reentry dom, nice. It's technically valid, so I like it. If we look at higher time frame, NASDAQ is working on that next leg here. So zoom out, say 60-minute. Last week you have the failed breakout. What day was that? Thursday. Roll over back into the range. If we take a fib from Friday's low up Friday, May 25th, up into Thursday, May 29th high. What is this area right through here? Fib buy zone, right? So you get some action in there, some buying activity in the fib buy zone. Price resolves higher. What's this next leg going to look like up into 700 and 850? That's the question. It's kind of the idea that I'm working with right now anyway. NASDAQ new high. New high. Bummer, that shakeout. The old shake and bake. What time is it? All right, 2.5 minutes till Jolts. Shake and bake, baby. Yep. Their upside levels way up there. 700. Last week's high as a reference point, 679. And that's RTH. Regular trading hours. So that'd be Thursday, May 29th's high. That's the local high, actually, when you zoom out. Not too far off. All right, last chance to do any trade management before jolts. I'm cash into the data print. Let's see. See if we get some volume. It's kind of the main thing I'd like to see. Tape is just dancing here. We do have a new high of day. Nasdaq is in no man's land, so not a ton that I can do. Pretty slow. Pretty slow. NQ pretty much the only index at highs. YM is actually at session low. Russell just sitting on prior day high. ES some consolidation. ES really struggling with that 59.50 level of interest and overnight high. Not a ton of super compelling setups yet this morning. We had the couple of longs there versus prior day high. NQ showing that follow through into the 700 level of interest. There you go. ES is waking up there. New high of day for ES. How's the morning so far? How we doing? No trades yet. Not doing a whole lot. Cash. 3 for 3. Dom, nice. Looking for more clarity, Ray? I love it. Yeah, that's the thing in markets. We always have the option to do nothing, to wait. Don't always need to have exposure on. I feel like people forget that frequently. The opening bell rings and they're just like, "What can I buy?" Nasdaq just no man's land. NML. No man's land. All right, NQ rolling over a bit here. Start to take that intraday fib. There's your prior day high. See if buyers have any interest here. ES, new low of day. Everything else into the lows. NQ catching up now. NQ is on its own, starting to catch up. Well, buyers like that prior day high area so far. You got the 61% fib right through there as well. The decent little scalp opportunity. Took it off already. Little sample size. Mm. There's 600. Yeah, chickened out a little. Chickened out. All good. What made you pass on it, Ray? Out of curiosity. Watching the 15-minute. Yeah, we got a doji there. So on that sell, you have a velocity move, big velocity. Look at how these bars compare to the prior rally. And then you have the 61% fib for the intraday move, prior day high, overnight high. So you got the confluence of a few reference points, a few pretty strong reference points there. And we're getting back into session high now. Yeah, I think that's a valid one to review personally. Oh, you didn't have the fibbler? Didn't have the old fib? Fibbler elf. Oh my goodness. Nasdaq getting right back into the highs there. Now I miss my entry. Wonder how those contracts are doing. Wonder if they miss me too. Hmm. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. ES new high of day. All they needed was a hug. So 2 for 2 on the morning here. Staying patient. NQ back into no man's land. ES up through prior day high. I haven't seen an entry there personally. You got Russ. Looks like Russell's making a session high as well. Not much to do here. Not much to do here. Got the two locations I was interested in. May have mismanaged that second trade there. It is what it is, though. Now we're just chilling. After yesterday, what was yesterday? 150 points or so. We can handle a lighter day. We'll still keep the lights on, you know? Yeah, Ray, I thought you'd be in that one, honestly. Thought you'd be in there. Thought you'd give it a try at least. Not to stir up any FOMO or anything, but that's why I was asking you. Because I thought maybe I overlooked something. I was like, damn, did I miss something here? Oh, with the fib. The fib would have put you in then. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, it's maybe a lighter sesh here. Three confluences without the level of interest. No FOMO is always a W. Yep. No emotionally charged trades is always a win. Always. Always, always, always. We have ES making a fresh high of day. I've not seen an entry there that I really like, but I would keep an eye on that one. Location is definitely better compared to NQ anyway. I do have a high volume node kind of building out up here, 615. Russell just nonstop vertical. Anyone trade RTY? Look at that move versus VWAP. Look at that. Let's check on YM. ES, I love the spring here. Very nice spring with VWAP right there as well. That's a really nice opportunity. NASDAQ, just some consolidation here. Low volume, man, low volume. I'll give it probably 5 or 10 more minutes here before calling it a morning. Mega slow. At least for what I like to see. Like compared to yesterday, it's super slow, right? So I can't force anything. Can't force it. Yeah, that ES setup was nice. Pretty nice. The problem with that is that was at the same time as the NQ entry. So more screens may not necessarily be beneficial. NASDAQ pulling in a bit. Did not make a new high of day on that most recent push. Noteworthy. Volume still terrible. Absolutely terrible volume. Well, not much to do here, folks. NASDAQ, I'll keep an eye on the prior day high. Solid confluence of reference points right through there. The main idea we discussed, which is for the continuation move up above 21,500, has started to pan out. We don't see a ton of volume here on the follow through. Hourly is currently shaped like a doji. Let's check that 30-minute. 30 minutes just an inside bar. Tomorrow, I think we have beige book. Fed's beige book. Who remembers this resistance we talked about yesterday right through here? Look what happens. Resistance becomes support. Market structure basics. Beige book is a nothing burger. Yeah, true. True. Oh, we got NFP Friday, huh? Yep. NFP Friday. Good old NFP. That ADP thing, that's the one at 8:15, right? It's usually nothing. It's usually nonsense. You can use my strategy, bro. It's easy. I do not need your strategy. In fact, get out of here. Get out of here. Adios. Sayonara. This volume just taper, taper, taper. 40%, 45% RVol. All right, Ray, take care, man. Great patience today. Great patience. Oh, you're 2 for 2? Nice. Two for two. Oh yeah, you had that first prior day high retest. I think we're both in that one, yeah. Yeah. Volume point of control shift. There it is. Mm-hmm. Took the undercut at 580. Careful, man. Start forcing trades because you're bored. Very slippery slope. Slippery. Can't start renewing bad behavior. Yep. Good call. Good call. PNL is like small fraction of it. Small fraction. See if ES gives us a new high of day. That's what I'm looking at. Had the retest there near the prior day high. And Q just keeps coiling. Yeah, that's exactly right, Ray. We all get in it for the money, but if you focus on that, it's going to be a very long journey. It's counterintuitive in the trading journey. All right, take care, man. See if ES gives us that fresh high right here. NASDAQ coming back into session highs. All right, all right. ES made the session high as well. Just trying to ride this ES trade. The idea there, let's jump over to ES. I'd mention if you run back the stream, or if you were here for it, I'd mention wanting to see price break all this area right through here and then offer a retest into the zone. There it is right there. Pretty basic stuff. Just required some patience to sit in it. To sit in the drift. Intro was actually pretty bad, honestly. It could have been much tighter. Could have been much tighter with it. There you go. Nice little push. Lift the trail to 57.5. Hey, you know what, Mish? My bad, man. My bad. My bad, buddy. No level on NQ for your entry there, Dom? Yeah. That's kind of why I went with the ES. YM back in a prior day high. RTY. It's just it's like comically vertical. Oh man. ES, my trail is 57.5. There we go. There we go. It's waking up a little. I'm gonna lift the trail to 59.5. If they want it here, they can have it. NQ new high of day. Yeah, good volume too. Hopefully no one was fading this directional push here. Setup is not really that bearish. Personally, don't know why you'd be short, but that's just me. That is just me. $75, 59.75 is a level on ES. Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of opens up here. Let's take a look. Zoom out a little more. Give me a 2-hour view. That's nice right here. A little higher low on the higher time frame, right at the structure volume point of control. All right, ES opening up a little bit. Gonna lift the trail 59.75. We're just riding the drift, surfing the drift. Surfing it. Come on, give me a new high. There we go. New high of day. All right, it's opening up pretty nice. I'm going to lift a little more. We'll go 61 on the trail just beneath that microstructure right there. Almost 10 points in floating profit. On the old ES long. Oh, come on. Don't take me out now. Here's the trail. Let them have it. By the way, when you put your trail in, don't be moving your trail. I'll sometimes tap into some other streams on YouTube just to see what people are doing, and they'll have a trail and price starts coming for their trail and they're like dragging it lower. Bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? So don't do that. Definitely don't do that. Unless you like gambling or just kind of having random actions or just being a degenerate. If you're any of those three, that's acceptable behavior. But if you're a process oriented professional, don't be moving your trail lower. What are you doing, man? Silly Billy? Silly sausage? All right, that's a wrap. We're 3 for 3 on the morning. We've got ES right here. There's the ES trade, so I'll recap the ideas really quickly. The ES long, I'm looking for a break above basically this consolidation right here, and then a retest. I don't really want to get involved on the micro structure right there, especially on very low volume. There's a time and place for an entry like that. This action is not it. So we look for a definitive, or decisive would be a better word, rather decisive break above. And then here's your retest. And we just want to see where our buyer is going to step in right in this zone. And you've got a lot of confluence through here, being the 59.50 level of interest, the overnight high, and the prior day high. So it's a good area to watch for some reaction, as we can see earlier in the morning, right? So you also have market structure right through there as well. Now, that doesn't even include the intraday fib. Let's take a look. And yeah, you got some shallow fib reference points right through there as well. So that idea aligns with the higher time frame bullishness, right? Talked about that already. And then NQ, what I was looking for on NQ was either some action versus 500 or the prior day high. Now, this right here is getting pretty close to 500. Given the bullish backdrop, probably could have gotten away with that, but I was looking for a little bit more of a clean test of 500. Maybe an undercut of this most recent overnight structure point, right? You got VWAP right through there. Just show me a real test. I will say, with a more bullish environment, sometimes your level is going to get front run, and then the challenge becomes, how much risk do you want to take? Because I view this as it's a buffer of risk right there. So passed on that. Passed on that. We got involved, I believe. No, I got shaken out there. Got involved right here on the micro, scaled out into highs, trailed out, and then we got involved on this velocity move. And both of those are retests of the prior day high. All of this up here is no man's land. Can't do anything. ES looks like I trailed a bit tight, but all good. So we're 3 for 3 on the morning. I did not show the NASDAQ executions. Here they are. So there it is. And that is it right there. That's a wrap. So thanks for your time, everyone. Hope you guys had a good morning. We'll keep it going in the Traders Think Tank as always. Free 14-day trial if you want to come trade with us. Otherwise, we will see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. And don't be taking random trades. Don't be putting your trails in nonsense spots and dragging it all over the place. Have a good one, guys. Take care.